You're watching NewsLink Indiana Midday.
Hello and welcome to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Hannah McIlree. A court date has been set for former Muncie Mayor Dennis Tyler. Tyler was arrested in November of 2019 after a string of FBI investigations of the Muncie government. He was then later indicted for theft of government funds. Tyler is accused of accepting $5,000 in exchange for influencing the award of contracts. The case will be presented to the U.S. District Court in Indianapolis on November 10th. Elise Lanigan is from Wheaton, Illinois, and she came for Ball State's specific program for ADHD.
Because I also struggle with ADHD, so Ball State had a program that I was looking into.
Under Ball State's website, the school offers 6 different accommodations for students with learning disabilities, including ADHD, adaptive computer technology, note-taking, priority class scheduling, recording lectures, tests, and tutoring. And they're making school more accessible for Cardinals struggling with the condition. The Ball State program aids in helping students take those hard classes they may steer away from. It provides support for this condition as it is rising in our population. The Reynard Orchid Greenhouse is open again following its expansion that started in the summer of 2021. The greenhouse began the expansion to accommodate their growing number of visitors and their ability to host more events. Back in October, we checked in on Blackbird Athletic Director Tony Ugan on his recovery from COVID. At the time, he'd just come back to work, but he said he may not be able to return as Blackbird's baseball coach. NewsLink Indiana's Joey Moore caught back up with him to see where he's at in his return to normal. Baseball is the name of the game today as we swing on over to First Merchants Ballpark, where Ball State baseball has been lighting it up all season, sitting at 21-11 and winning 10 of its last games. Ball State taking on Toledo today for the quarterfinals of the MAC tournament in an absolute nail-biter featuring buzzer beaters, overtime, and career-high scoring outings. The Cardinals came up short. The 91-89 loss marks the end of a highly anticipated season. Jaron Coleman had a career-high 33 points, the most in a MAC tournament game in 15 years. Coach Whitford spoke live on NewsLink Indiana following the loss, looking ahead to next year.
Okay, what are you going to do? Complain about it? No, you can't. You lock in and let's have...
It was definitely really tough to watch, especially, during the season, we faced Toledo twice. We lost to them once, and we beat them once. So for me going into this, I really felt like we held our own, even though, they're the number 1 pick and we were number 8, but we really held our own in the first half. I mean, KJ Walton just kept lighting it up, and he hit free throw after free throw. He was on fire. Jaron Coleman, again, with his, career high. So it was really impressive to see, yeah.
Right, the man number 5 saw on his Instagram, social media today, talking about how it was obviously a very disappointing loss, but he was happy to be able to play there and to do so well against the number 1 ranked team. Like, they only lost by 2. We've got to remember that. So it was almost a win-win. Probably the best game I've seen them play this whole entire season.
Oh, 100%, yeah. And getting 89 points just in general in college basketball is a great feat, especially seeing how much the team did struggle during their season. And, their game against Eastern Michigan that was set for Saturday, aka Valentine's Eve, was canceled. So my main question for you is, how do you think that they're going to be able to keep this fire and keep the success going with such a long break in between games? Moving forward, tonight the women's volleyball team is facing off against the Ohio Bobcats. Ethan Dallin is currently live at Worthen Arena. How are the Cardinals faring tonight?
Montana, back to you.
Thank you so much, Ethan. Prior to tonight, the women came off a huge win against Kent State. Do you think the team will take that momentum continuing into this matchup? Right now we're going to take a look at Ball State women's volleyball, who has been killing it on the court this season, winning their last 14 matchups and ranking 7th nationally. The team also clinched the MAC West Division title with just 3 matches left until the MAC tournament. Toledo, and I really thought we were going to have that upset graphic going up. I was so sad about that. How did you guys feel?
Well, I feel like I betrayed you guys because I did pick Toledo in my bracket.
Who doesn't? It's the MAC tournament. But I did have the rest of the tournaments. I don't know about no one, but we haven't heard about Hannah's bracket yet. I'm not sure how respectable it is, seeing as when she filled it out. But
mine is the bracket that's not perfect because I also am big on the upset. So I really wanted Kent to beat Ohio, but that didn't happen. So I have a little real sad cross out mark. But other than that, I have Buffalo obviously, we didn't know that. And then I picked Akron to beat Bowling Green too, just because Bowling Green's on a 3-game loss streak. I don't know, I just really am feeling it with Akron. Last that we checked in the commercial break, they were up as well in the first half, so we'll just have to see how that second half goes. The track and field team has started out strong this spring and don't seem to be slowing down. In fact, the 4x100 meter relay team broke a school record at the Vanderbilt Black and Gold Invitational. Now that they've broken a school record, do you expect to see them hustle more or maybe slow down now that they've reached that goal? Coaches also get bonuses financially for players having academic success. Can you talk a little bit about that? And speaking of the way it did, what are some of the challenges that were presented from COVID?
Joining us and President Mearns is the Assistant Vice President of Inclusive Excellence, Marcia McGriff. President Mearns, what are the key differences between diversity and inclusion, and how is Ball State striving towards excellence in both?
So it's important that we stay current and stay mindful of many of those things. And so that's something I try to work on myself and try to share with colleagues as well.
Yeah, and Bobby, did that help you during the expansion of the Multicultural Center?